Hello everyone, this is Ange. Welcome to another episode of the Visual Novel Monthly Recap, this time talking about news that happened in December of 2023. Shirobune released Succubus Sessions Mamiya's Sweet Slice of Hell. This is a visual novel moe nukie developed by Argonauts who created the Uchikano series. The idea is pretty amusing. This group of all-women succubi have to find a male with a high enough mojo power level to help control their power so they won't instantly kill other men they seduce. I actually made a video review on this surprisingly entertaining visual novel on this channel. One of the most popular visual novel Let's readers, Bosskwar, has unfortunately passed away due to some form of cancer. He was one of the few I actually followed at times, so I was a bit sad to see it. Shirobune announced that they will be translating Saving Mrs. Hinako by Studio Park. According to the announcement tweet describing the visual novel, it sounds like NTR. After many years, Manga Gamer has finally released Lyresoft's Sona-Nyl of the Violet Shadows. What beautiful memories. This is generally considered one of, if not the best, Lyresoft plot-heavy visual novel to date, with a pretty unique setting, a steampunk-heavy New York. I've heard the story themes are similar to something like Madoka Magica and Evangelion, but only lightly. This release is also something of a perfect edition, with both the Steam and Manga Gamer 18+ version being HD resolution, epilogue stories originally just text from Lyresoft's website, new CGs from later versions, and a new story called Refrain. While I don't personally consider this a visual novel, one of Fate series' most popular spin-offs, Fate Extra, got a fan translation finally released for its sequel, Fate Extra CCC. This series is something of a hybrid between JRPG and ADV style storytelling in the Fate universe. Shirobune announced Dark Elf Historia by 111. This appears to be something of an RPG Maker eroge style hybrid. Shirobune also announced Ego's Spark, developed by Satsuki, a sister band of the developer who made Chihiro Himikai Always Walks Away. This appears to be a romance story with an android girl. For those who don't have a Switch or PS4 and have been waiting to read the official English translation of Wits on the Holy Night, or Mahoyo, it finally released on Steam. Just as a reminder, this is a Type Moon action plot heavy story and chronologically takes place before Tsukihime. After months of delays, Shirobune finally released Destiny Star Girlfriend, developed by Mirai. This is the first of a trilogy of the Shukusei no Girlfriend series. The main girl, Yuri, is a magical girl, and for once is a lighthearted comedy slice of life visual novel with magical girls, since many visual novels with magical girls tend to be dark nukige. Wanting Wings was a Yuri Girls Love visual novel that got translated by Manga Gamer about 3 years ago, and this month it got put on Steam. Sekai Project released My Academy's Special Place. This is the third entry in a budget nukige series developed by Fang. It looks like the two heroines are the main characters' older teacher and sister, and some half-Japanese weeb. Shirobune released Waffles' My Slow Life with a Princess Knight and her devoted handmaiden. Despite the name of the visual novel, the main guy ends up hiring two girls as slaves, and this is a nukige, so big guess how this will turn out. Ruriwo Translations announced that they will be doing a fan translation of Sakura no Toki. This is a sequel to Sakura no Uto, which interestingly had a fan translation announcement last month. Key announced that they are creating Loopers Plus, an upgraded version of Loopers. It's a new edition with expanded scenarios, including after-story events, new artwork, and music. Love Lab announced that they will be translating Evermaiden, a visual novel developed by Lyresoft. This will be a Yuri or a Girls Love visual novel and will have similar team members to the team who worked on Atabata Odd Tales. Key announced that they're going to be making a brand new visual novel called Kousai Itoshi. It will be done by the writer who wrote Lunaria. Shirobune released a fairly big update patch for Kunado Chronicles, which originally released in early 2023. It has improved visual effects, individual voice settings, bug fixes, and typo fixes. Some specific changes include adding falling Sakura petal effects and character sprite effects. Sadly, they couldn't implement animated backgrounds from the original Japanese engine. Sekai Project released Animal Trail Girlish Square 2. They just released the fan disc of the original last month, so if you're hoping for more of that series, I'll assume this one will have more heroines or more of the same heroines from the prequel. The Curse of Kudan has been released on the Switch. This is a Yuri or a Girls Love visual novel written by the same writer who did the Flowers series. It also appears to have some supernatural aspects, with part of the plot being about an apparition that spells misfortune for anyone who lays eyes on it. Shirobune released a remake for One. This was originally a visual novel released in the late 90s by Tactics. The most notable thing is that this is a visual novel where several routes were written by Jun Maeda of Key fame, so you can consider One something of a beta prototype story to stuff like Canon, Clannad, and Little Busters. Since this is a remake, the graphics are much more modern, including animated sprites, but I believe the main story is adapted quite well. One also has a demo on Steam if you're unsure if you want to try out Jun Maeda's pre-Key writing. Jazz released what I assume to be a nukige, Goblins on the March Breed All Humans. Looks like it's an isekai where the protagonist is reborn as a goblin, and given the name of the visual novel, all guesses what the story is going to be about here. So while the Amagami fan translation patch has been out for a while, there have been various improvements made to it over time. However, this final version just released this month since the group eventually disbanded. Shirobune announced Criminal Border Second Offense, or what it will be called on Steam, Liminal Border Second Offense. After First Offense only came out a few months ago, having the sequel to this episodic series come within another couple months is very exciting to me personally. I recently did a video review on First Offense, so you can check that out if you want to see my thoughts on why I personally quite like it and am excited for Second Offense. The community of Zero made a fan improvement patch for Anonymous Code, similar to what they've done for previous science adventure visual novels. However, there's now both a full and partial patch versions. Both versions add subtitles to movies, translated text and CGs, and backgrounds. The full patch assumes you're reading in Japanese audio and does the usual typo and grammar fixes. However, the partial patch assumes you're reading with the English dub and therefore does not add the typo and grammar fixes just so the dialogue and narration is consistent. And that is it for December of 2023. As always, if any feedback, positive or negative, feel free to leave a comment below or one of my social medias. Since this is my first video of 2024, I want to quickly show my personal Discord. It's a way for people to casually talk about visual novels, but we will talk about other things as well. We have daily chill voice chat hangouts, weekly multiplayer games like Jackbox. If you remember before but stopped going, things have gotten a lot more chill. If you want to join my personal Discord server, it's in the description below. And now to give various shoutouts. First of all, a big thank you to It's Andrew XP for doing the editing for this video and for Celtic Farron for doing the artwork for this video. A big thanks to my YouTube members, starting with Dexter Boston Terrier Dog RIP, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 9 months, Marie Antoinette, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 16 months, Lee Douglas, who's been in the VN Weirdo tier for 7 months, David Mendiola, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 6 months, Sabinfire, who's been in the VN Super Weirdo tier for 4 months, Alberio, who's been in the VN Weirdo tier for 2 months, Armorian, who joined the VN Weirdo tier last month, and Ice, who just joined the VN Super Weirdo tier about a week or two ago. Finally, gotta give a huge shout out to T-Lover, who continues to be a monthly paying member on my Coffee account. Much appreciated to all of you.